you may be wondering why we're here. I'm filming a video that I've had an idea for a little bit that I was originally gonna do with Mike, and the last time that we like had a chance to do it, he was like, I don't want to do it, and I was like, fine, whatever, I'm gonna do it by myself. And I think that's fine anyways, because it is an opinion-based video. Well, okay, if you've seen the title, then you'd already know. Today we're definitively ranking the letters of the alphabet. First, we'll just go in the order of the alphabet, you know, and however long this takes is how long it takes, and that's fine. The letter A. You know, part of me wants to put it in A tier, because like, haha, but that would be silly, because then the first, what, 6 letters of the alphabet would all just be in their tiers, and I don't think that's fair, because, well, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. A, though, I do think belongs in A tier, because it is just like a solid, good letter. It's a vowel. All vowels pretty much are on the higher end of the alphabet, I would say. They're just like a key part of the alphabet. Without the vowels, like, you have nothing. So we stand vowels. So A is just gonna go right into A tier. B is like a good letter, you know, ba 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 ba, like baby, has all good words, beautiful, but it's also kind of controversial because like it's basically a backwards D, or D is a backwards B, or if you flipped it upside down it could be a P or a lowercase q, so it's like pretty similar to some other letters in terms of the way it looks. And for that reason, you know, I don't know if it's really super high up in the alphabet tier list, so I think we'll put it in C tier for now, because I feel like it's a run-of-the-mill letter. Like, I feel like all the letters that look like each other instantly run-of-the-mill, like average. C is a good letter. I think K is a more interesting letter for words that have the K sound, but C is like, she's very versatile. I don't know how I feel about her being versatile, you know, like she can sound like an S, she can sound like a K, she can sound like a ch in some languages and some words, like Gucci, you know, so it's, I don't know why I said Gucci like that either, Gucci. So C is kind of interesting. Like, you might appreciate the versatility of C, but to me, I'm kind of like, I admire her and I also hate her a little bit. But like, it's just a good letter, so I think I'm gonna put it in B tier rather than C tier. D, again, all these letters that kind of look alike, I think they're just a C tier letter. And that's just it. E, we come to our first S tier. E is an S tier letter. See, this is why I would have to fight my boyfriend on this, because gray in English is spelled with an A, but gray, like the British spelling, is with an E, and I don't know, there's something kind of just special about spelling gray with an E. Maybe it's just me being kind of like a hipster or wanting to be special, but I just think gray with an E adds a flair, an air of mystery that I just really appreciate. So E is S tier. Also, E is, I mean, A is in my name twice actually, but E is just it's just a good letter. I think it's one of the better vowels. All the vowels are pretty good, like I said, but E, I think, is just like a top tier vowel and a top tier letter. F is a good letter. I think I would just put it in like B tier, you know, like it's good. I don't hate F, but it is kind of, it's not exciting. But a cursive F is very exciting. It's very fun to draw a cursive F. So, you know, that brings it up to B, I think, for me. G. Now, G is obviously the first letter of my last name. I think it's a good letter in that regard. Not really a fan of the way a cursive G looks, but, you know, it's a good letter. It's not my favorite. It's also the last letter in like a musical alphabet, I guess. You know, you got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it goes back to A. And I think that's I think that's special for G. I think G kind of works with that. So I think we're just gonna put her in B, but we are gonna put her above F. H is an interesting letter. I think it's just a C tier though. I don't know. H is like, it's just so, there's like some special parts to H, but largely it is just kind of average. I is really hard because it could be S tier, it could be A tier. I is just in so many words. Just like E, it's just a good one. You'd be hard pressed to live without I. But you would also be hard pressed to live without A, and I put that in A tier. S or A? I'm gonna put it there for now. Because, see, this is the thing. I don't know if I like I better than A. I think A is a good letter, but I also think I is a good letter. And I think it's interesting that sometimes it looks like an L. That is an interesting thing about it. So, J. I feel like I have a love-hate relationship with J. J is a little bit like, ooh, what is your purpose in the alphabet? But also it's kind of cool. Like, I feel like J is not a very common letter, but in a way, because it's not a common letter, again, it's like, wow, look at you. Like, that's kind of cool. Like, I want to know more about J. But also, guys with J names, as we know, are kind of a red flag. But I also love J names. Like, James is a good name. Actually, that might be one of the only good J names for guys. I'm sure there's more, but like, that was really good. But then there's also other ones that are really bad that I don't like. I don't want to say those ones because I don't want to like hurt anyone's feelings, but like, I'm just saying, if you have another J name, it's probably not as good as James. I think I'm gonna put it above G. Ooh, wait, should I put it above? No, well, see, now not in D. Now we come to this. C is like, do I like J better than G? If I'm looking at my last name, if someone spelt my last name with a J, I would be offended. So maybe we put it below G. That's one of those things where keep your J out of my name. It's not J, it's a G. K. K has obviously some not so great connotations. If you have 3 of them, it's not great. Krispy Kreme has 2 Ks, when realistically those are both letters that start with C, but then it's like so fun to do words that should start with a C have a K. I don't know, there's like an air about K, or replacing C's with Ks. It's like kind of mischievous, kind of fun, kind of fresh, kind of quirky, and I don't know if I love it or hate it, but I do feel like, you know, if there's a cuss sound, like K is kind of a cooler way to write it than a C. So in that regard, I think I will put it in B above C. That might be controversial, but you know, L. L is a good letter. Cursive L is one of my favorite cursive letters to draw. Capital L. Lowercase l is just a bigger E. That's kind of boring. Capital L in cursive, oh my god, it's beautiful. And I will tell you a story that in 5th grade, with my like 5th grade boyfriend, you know, we were like sat next to each other, our desks were next to each other, because you know, it's 5th grade, at least for a little bit before they like moved us. We had learned cursive. Well, we learned cursive in like 3rd grade, I think, at my school, but one of my friends' names started with an L, and I just thought her name was really pretty. It especially looked pretty in cursive. But then my 5th grade boyfriend was like, oh my god, what are you writing? And I like erased it because I was embarrassed, and also like, how weird is that to explain that I was just writing my friend's name? So then he got really mad at me because I wouldn't tell him what I was writing, and I think he thought maybe I was writing like another guy's name. And I was like just too embarrassed, or like I didn't even know how to explain that I was writing my friend's name in cursive because I just thought it was really pretty. I guess I could have just said that, but like in the moment it just felt like, I don't know. So that was a fun story. So all that to say, I think L is a pretty good letter. And I think that story puts it in A tier. M going straight to S tier, you know, it's the first letter of my name. It's infinitely better than N. Anytime I say Mickey, people think I'm saying Nikki. It's like, no, my name is Michaela, not Nicole. If your name is Nicole, I'm sorry. Or if you go by Nikki, I'm sorry, but it's just an infinitely worse nickname than Mickey because M is better than N. And for that reason, I will be putting N in D tier. Actually, I would go so far even as to put it in. No, I can't go that far. It's not that bad. Also, I feel like, why do we need here? We're getting rid of it. There we go. Keep it simple. Keep it fresh. It's going in N because, or D tier because I'm sick of people thinking that I'm saying Nikki when I'm saying Mickey. And then I have to be like the mouse. But I don't spell it like Mickey Mouse. So then if you're ordering food, they spell it out like Mickey Mouse because they think it's that. Which is like fine. That's how I used to spell it. I also started spelling my name like with the 2 Ks because of my 5th grade boyfriend. So obviously a very pivotal time in my life. I am sick of people thinking I'm saying Nikki when I'm saying Mickey. So for that reason, D tier. Like I said, like I just feel like all the alphabet or the vowels are probably A tier, even S tier maybe. So it's just gonna go into A. Not much to say about it. P. P is a good letter. It's a little bit less good because of the fact that when you say P into a microphone or something like that, it does the like blowing up sound. Not blowing up sound, but you know. So that's kind of, B does that too. Sometimes, but I think P is an infinitely worse letter for that. And for that reason, I'm putting it in C tier, but below B and D. Q. Q is kind of Q is another letter that I don't really know how I feel about because like Q is kind of fun when it's like, ooh, Q, you don't really hear that letter a lot. But then it's also kind of just like, well, yeah, I don't hear Q a lot, so what do I care about Q? And it's also a letter that I feel like could be replaced. Just because there's so few words that use it. And it's kind of a K sound. It's a Q. But that's fine. That's fine. I like an uppercase Q. And it's an interesting letter. I'm gonna put it above P. Like I said, all the ones that look similar, C tier, because that's basic. R. R is a good letter, but I don't know, I kind of, something about R makes me want to put it in D tier. I can't roll my R's very well. It took me, I did it exactly once when I was trying for like an hour when I was in the shower when I was in like high school because I was like determined to be able to roll my R's, and I got to do it when I was in the shower, but then like I was not able to very well the next day. Like it's one of those things where like I can roll my R's if I like spend an hour trying to, and I'm just jealous of people who can roll their R's, and for that reason I have a grudge against R. I'm sorry. Anyways, if you can roll your R's, good for you, but I can't. So, thank you. S. You might think I would put S in S tier, and it is a good letter, but I will not. I will be putting S in B tier. No, we'll keep it there for now. I don't know. It's a good letter. T is a good letter. I think I'll just put it in the top of C tier. U. I'm not a fan of you. What if I do this? Just run. Yeah, I don't know. It's my least favorite of the vowels. I don't like you. Every time I do hangman, it's always the other vowels before you. It's fine. But it's my least favorite vowel for sure. V, I think, is a good letter. We can put it in A. W, less good, but still good. We'll put it there. We'll put it in B tier. X, right into S tier. I think X is a great letter. I wish I saw X more. Every time you do like an X thing, it's gotta be like xylophone or something, and I think that's sad. X names are my favorite. Xander or Xander, Xavier. I personally kind of like it when you pronounce the X, so it's like Xavier or Xander, because I think it's cool. I think it's a cool letter. X is a cool letter. I wish there was more things with X in it. I love X. Even Alexander, Alexandria, Alex. It's a good letter. Okay, it's a good letter. Y. See, I can't justify putting Y above like some of the other vowels, like A or I do think those are really good vowels. But it is like, I think Y is a good letter. Do I think it should count as a vowel? No. No, I do not. You might know that when you have a vowel after A, you're supposed to use an. You know what letters, you know what words don't apply with that? Like you would say an apple, an ice cream cone. You know what word you would not say that with? Unicorn. Which starts with a U. But do you know what it really sounds like? Unicorn. Which starts with a Y. And you say a unicorn, not an unicorn, because that sounds wrong. So suffice to say, Y should not be a vowel. And that's that on that. At least not when it's the first letter. I don't know. Like, it's A, E, I, O, U, sometimes Y, but I think that's silly. Can we not have Y be like in the middle? It's either a vowel or it's not. I'm not an expert of the English language or anything in terms of like etymology and the dictionary and things like that, but like I feel like we can make that, I think we can make that determination. I don't think we have to say sometimes. I think we can just say it's not a vowel, and that's fine. It's not gonna hurt Y's feelings. I feel like Y is having an identity crisis because we were like, what is it? We don't know. Sometimes it's a vowel, sometimes it's consonant. How is it both? How is it both? I don't know. And for that reason, it's still a good letter though, so I'm keeping it in A. I would like to put it lower just because I don't like that people call it a vowel, but it's a good letter, so. Anyways, Z, I'm just realizing that I don't have any in F tier right now.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I don't know. I don't actually see, the thing is like there's no letter that like genuinely makes me angry. U's not great either, you know, unicorn. But see, an unknown something, I don't know, an unknown spice, you would say an. Because it sounds like a vowel. Because it sounds like U. But in unicorn it sounds like Y. It sounds like Y. And then you say an. You say A, not an. Because it's not a vowel. It's not a vowel sound. Vowels are like E, I, O, U. Consonants make sounds that are like hard.
2 very boring minutes later.
Finally, Z, I don't know. I kind of, Z is a cool letter. I like the letters at the end of the alphabet just because like you don't know, they're interesting. I think I'll keep it in B tier. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if F is, I think T might be better than F. Anyways, that's my definitive ranking, but also like with room for improvement. The S tier, in terms of the letters that are in it, no questions, no criticisms. E, X, and M are S tier letters. A and I could possibly also go in S tier. I will give you that if you would argue that. Y is a good letter, but I just cannot look past the fact that it should not be a vowel. The rest I guess I would take criticism on. You can move them up or down a little bit, but also like no, because this is my tier list, so make your own, that's fine. And yeah, so this was a silly little video so I could avoid doing my homework, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.